Heyo everybody, Unroyal24 here. Welcome back to the channel. More specifically, another episode of Forza. Yes, it's been a hot minute since I made one of these. We are in the Porsche 911. GT3, I think. I'll have to go and double check. But already in our first race, I'm getting passed by damn near everybody. Yeah, Miata off track already. The only one that I'm catching up to is this GTR. And looks like Miata's being spun out. What was that? Lotus that just ran into him. Miata runs into me and spins himself. Actually, I don't even know that's Miata. That might be a, oh, look at that. We got someone in the sand. I'm getting hit by a Viper. This beginning of the race is already getting hard to follow because there's so much going on. But I think that was a Honda 2000 that got spun out. I could be wrong on that. Looks like another Porsche gone off track, taking a little too wide. He's already got a second penalty, and it's not even a minute into the race. So, you know, we got that going on. I start following close behind, but he does eventually start pulling away. I start reeling him in on these corners here. I see what looks like sand being picked up. I don't know who, I don't know what, but I don't even know if someone even went off track. Excuse me, I am getting over a small cold. Alright, looks like we are slow. We got a guy mowing grass, there we go. I end up taking 15th from him. Just goes to show if you can't keep your car on the track, you're not going to get very far. And this, okay, it looks like I think that's a McLaren right there, where he got sucked into the grass, slowed down a lot, and I started catching up to him. He starts pulling away a little bit. Luckily on these corners I do have the advantage, so I just go around him on those. And at this point we start settling in, so we're speeding up right here. Like I was saying, we do end up pretty much settling into our position for the time being. Until now, where that McLaren decides to fishtail a little too much. I take advantage for a small second, enjoying 13th place. But if you look at that little yellow indicator there, he does just go right around me like I was nothing. He does fishtail here a little bit. Again, almost goes off track. And okay, there he does go off track. Somehow doesn't get a penalty though, so that kind of annoys me. It's makes me question what's going on over at turn 10, what is and isn't a penalty. He takes his turn a little wide. Then this one, pretty much normal, how I would normally take it. And of course, getting on the straights, that's when he really starts pulling away, so I realize I have to get him on these corners, so we're going to go ahead and speed this back up. Due to the fact it turns into me just being in 14th place, trying to catch up, trying to show that I am in a competitive car, even though it's like 20 points above what is needed to even be S rank. And no, I haven't even touched the performance of this car. I haven't tuned it. I haven't done anything. So there's a bit of a learning curve on my end. And going around these corners here, this Ferrari here, guy by the name of Hot Sauce. I don't know where he got the name from, if he's making from Mike Tyson or what. But here in the F40, he gets around me pretty easily. I try to catch up, but he's just got way too much power under the hood, so he slowly pulls away. And at this point, I decide, you know what, we're just going to go ahead and get to know the car a little bit. I'm not going to really try to gain positions, but I am going to try and keep it on the track, try to keep a clean lap, keep a good lap time, keep a good pace, and all of that fun jazz. Speeding up here. I am drinking some apple cider though. It's that time of season where we get the best drinks now. And at this point, now I'm thinking, you know what, I'm probably gonna finish in 15th. It's not worth doing anything special until I see this Hot Toss just stopped in the middle of the track. Well, not in the middle of the track. Right on the left side of the track. And then, of course, we got what looks like, I'm not sure who that was. It looked like that McLaren that was, that passed me a long time ago. I think he went off into the sand, and I just decided to, you know what? Let's just go take this. Here I am thinking, you know what, 15th position, not bad. Turns out to be a 13th position finish. And you know what? In a car that I haven't really touched, yeah, my PI is 748 while everyone is almost at 800, so I'll take it. Alright, race number 2 of the video. I decided to get into something that I am more familiar with, the 2020 Toyota Supra. Now, the thing about this car is I didn't go and put more performance parts in it, and it's going to show as that what looks like an Aston Martin. What is that? Not sure. But we got a massive pileup right in corner 1. GT40 into what looks like another Ferrari. Not quite. Or no, that might be a Lotus now. I look at it. But either way, big pile up, and I think my PI during this race is like 702 or something like that. So, you can tell I'm going to have a hard time. Porsche right off track. Looked like he was trying to drift. We got a GT40 or whatever that was. Spinning out off track. There was another car in there. I didn't quite get a good eye on what it was. Yeah, I'm doing these voiceovers after I just cut out all the boring stuff. I'm catching up to this Porsche. But I ended up losing the drag race. I ran out of real estate. Probably could have gotten around him if I had a little more power. But it is what it is. He starts pulling away. Now, someone is right behind me. It's a M. Sniff. He's damn near right on my bumper. And, of course, I take this corner way too wide. He takes full advantage of it. Can't blame him at all. And we're just going to go and speed this up now. I am using a higher multiplier as far as the speed is concerned due to the fact that this is a longer track. Like, I think each lap is like 4 or 5 seconds or something like that, so this will be a little nauseating. Coming into the chicane now, M. Sniff, I don't know what his deal was, whether he put a little too less fuel in his car, if that's even a phrase, in his car or what, but he decides to pit on lap 1. The Ford GT from before, he gets around me pretty easily. Now, in corner 1, he does almost go into the wall. He has to go off track. I decide, let's hit the floor. He bumps me off to the side. That did get me a little more heated than it probably should have, so at this point, I'm just trying to catch up to him. And I don't know what my state of mind was, but it made me go off track for some reason. I am thankful, though, that I didn't get a penalty for it, so... And, of course, the GT40, or GT, whatever he was, he, pulls away like as if I was driving basically a 4-cylinder lawnmower on this car, or track. So, speeding this up here, this is 5 times speed. Due to the fact it is literally just me and me alone on the, well, at least in this section of the track. So, I am just taking in some practice laps. Right here, it's just trying to me trying to take a clean lap until I get rear-ended by, what is that guy? Low Life 64. Doesn't give me a penalty, but it doesn't give him one either. And that had me a little more heated than what the Ford GT did. And of course, he does go off track, cutting corners, passing me. Again, no penalties, no nothing. Turn 10, what is this? He should have gotten at least another second penalty. But I digress. Back to what I was saying before. I am at this point just trying to keep a clean lap going, even though I did get rear-ended. This is the final lap, after all, so right after the chicane. Looks like we got a 16th place finish. I'm not going to complain whatsoever. it was a good race for the most part. Now at this point I decided to take a break from the game because it was kicking me out all the time, so... Alright, final race of the video. Now, this did take some time to get to. I would join a lobby, I'd get kicked out, and all that fun jazz. I don't know what the server was doing, I don't know what my internet was doing, but I'm happy to finally get a race on here now. I will say this, a lot of these guys had a way better lap time than I did. There I am getting rear-ended. 2 people are off track. Porsche almost runs into me. Already one fun start to this race. But either way, me and this GTR, we end up having a history for this race. Now, I don't know this guy. I don't know who he is, so don't go assuming that's the history part. But I did race him a couple times, and I think Forza 7, and he was the cleanest racer I've seen. I do end up giving him a love tap there, and I do feel bad about it, but I also had to slow down just because I would have taken that turn way too wide, and I most likely would have ended up in the sand and into one of those concrete pillars, or beams, or whatever you want to call them. Getting into the corkscrew now, I do realize that my only opponent at this point is that GTR, Mr. Phillips 507, due to the fact that he is in podium, and I am pretty much right behind him the entire race. So we're going to go ahead and speed this up a little bit because it's literally just me following pretty close behind Phillip here. Now, I do end up starting putting pressure on him. He seems to take it pretty well during this first half of the race. And I almost feel like a yo-yo to him because he pulls away. I get close to him again, and he pulls away again. I don't know what it was, but here I do put enough pressure on him. He does hit the brakes. He does go off track there. He starts getting a little squirrely. And lo and behold, he does pick up a penalty. Let's see here. I think, yep, I go ahead and put the screen up a little higher just so you guys can see it. Confirming he does get a penalty. 0.4. Now I could, be behind him, but I do end up making that harder on myself because I do go off track. But as I was saying, as long as I get pretty close behind him and essentially draft him, I don't necessarily have to pass him to make podium, but I can still make podium if I follow close behind. So at this point, I'm just trying to catch up to him, try to keep up. I'm taking corners a little faster than I normally would. On the corkscrew here, you guys can see that little yellow indicator. This race just turned into a 3-way battle now. He doesn't really get around me yet, but at this point, I do feel the pressure behind me. I think it's a Ferrari that's behind me, if I recall correctly. And of course, we're on the second to last lap. I don't have going off course here, but this is when, no, never mind. I know he does eventually pass me, and it makes me do some stupid mistakes. But either way, I end up putting more pressure on Phillip here. I'm right under where I want to be as far as distance is concerned. Yeah, here comes DMC. He does get around me. So, I do gotta give him that one. He did do it cleanly. He did do his thing. I ended up getting sucked into the sand there. I think I was just a little heated at that. I was close to being able to pass Phillip there if I didn't get close enough. But from here, it does look like Phillip is doing a good job blocking him. He was blocking me the entire race, so I think he's got that pretty much down pat. Take a little sip of my apple cider. I'm starting to get a little dry throat. There we go. Now, here I am catching up to both of them. Now, DMC, I think he starts getting a little pressured because he does start going off track. As you see right there, he goes off to the sand. It slows him down. And I completely choked the race. I missed my brake point. I locked up the brakes. I am not too happy about that one. And there I go, making a Lamborghini go into the wall. Here comes the Miata. Wasn't too worried about him because he does have a lot of penalties. And I finished in 6th, gaining 1 position. I'm not too mad about that. But either way, guys, that's going to wrap up the video. I hope you guys have a great day, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Later.